we mentioned that you're from a pretty physical background, you know, a lot of combat sports. You're obviously quite an intimidating looking guy when you're on TV. So I want to ask you, in the locker room that you were in NXT, 2 names I want here. One of them, who is the person that would be the most surprising tough guy? Someone that we see on TV and we wouldn't think they're a tough guy, but they are. And then the other one is who looks like a tough guy, but is a gentle giant, really, or a gentle person, really.
Okay. I'll go with the gentle guy, the guy who he is legitimately tough, but in real life, he's a wonderful, smart, very gentle human being, loves his family. I'm going to say Ridge Holland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ridge Holland is very soft-spoken, very intelligent. Don't get me wrong. If you show up at his door and you're uninvited, you're definitely going into a casket. That's for sure. Like real quick. Somebody who's, this is such a heat bag question. Somebody who's really tough that might not be. I'm not trying to avoid the question. I mean, because NXT was the level of physicality that people put them through, everyone was really, really tough in their own way. And I can't think of a person that really fits that description. Honestly, I can't.
I'll take Ridge Holland as the another opposite one.
Yeah, because even like guys that, you know, maybe let's say are smaller than other people, they're taking bumps that the big guys would never take. Like they'll go flying off the top of a cage and land on the top of their head. You know what I mean? So it's like, how are you gonna say that they're not tough? You know what I mean? They might not. They might be completely insane and mentally unwell. But I mean, you can't say that. You have to have a certain level of toughness to take a bump like that. So,
yeah, I'm definitely not going to try and get into a fight with Adam Cole or Johnny Gargano anytime soon. So I'll tell you that much. They definitely both look at least tough enough, even if they are, you know, smaller in stature than a lot of other people. The one other thing that I wanted to ask was, you know, I mentioned that I read a few interviews that you've done recently, and you mentioned in one of them about the, you know, flipping off the crowd, which I absolutely loved during the breaks. And you mentioned, you know, when your character changed between NXT and Raw, that you were maybe too willing to be, you know, to be the character that they wanted you to be rather than maybe pushing back. And a lot of people always focus on when they leave, you know, why it came about and stuff like that. Looking back at your run in WWE, is there any regret on your side as to, you know, not pitching stuff, or was there anything that you're like, damn, I really wish I'd have either pushed back and not done that, or that I'd put something forward and tried to do that instead?
I have zero regrets about any decisions that I committed to. And this is just a feeling that I'm telling you. And this is something I've had since I was a kid. I think everybody has it. Sometimes we lose the ability to interpret what that feeling is really telling us versus maybe being afraid of what it's telling us or what we want it to tell us. But I am positive in such a way where I'm not sure how to explain it, that no matter what course I chose, it was going to lead to me no longer being with the company. It's just a feeling that I have. And it's unfortunate, but I also think respectfully, this was a blessing in disguise. And although the last little bit was super unusual, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with the company, and I'm glad people got to see me. And I'm going to take the ball now, and I'm going to run as far as I can with it.
Final little question that I know I'm not going to get an answer to, so that's why I'm going to ask it. You know what it is, because everybody asks it. You know that I was a massive, massive fan of you in Impact. You know, I've mentioned earlier that I absolutely loved you in Impact. Loved the full John Morrison rivalry. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. Loved the vignettes. Does seem like you'd be a perfect fit for AEW, but it also seems like you'd be a perfect fit for a New Japan. Any suggestion on where we may see Killer Kross in the future? Anywhere that you can tell us you would love to go, or anywhere that you can tell us that you might turn up in the future, apart from where you are next week, because this will be airing after that.
I'm interested in working with every place that you just mentioned. And I think there's a very strong likelihood you could see me in all of those places, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Killer Kross is going to smash down the forbidden door, so there's no longer a door frame on it.
That's right. That's